Samantha from Jessama Tutorials here, and today is day 14 of the Cracklathon, where I am doing a crackle veneer every single day for an entire month. So we have already done 13 videos, so please do go back and have a look at those, as there is a lot of different techniques being covered in those videos. Today we are going to be doing a brand new technique, and we are going to be using vintage inks or Patina inks. So you can see the brand over there. So here are the colours that I'm using. So this is a lapis, this one is amethyst, this one is opalite, and I'm just giving them a shake as I use them, and this is cobalt. And just make sure to give them a good shake, because they've got particles inside them that you need to be shaken up throughout the liquid for the technique to work. Okay, and then you're also going to need a piece of white polymer clay rolled out on your thickest setting, which is about 2 millimeters thick for me. And I'm using white Primo today. So let's get started. Also, forgot to mention, you're going to need some sort of a straw. Okay, so let's grab our first pinata ink. I'll just drop a few drops on, and then grab your straw and blow. It creates these interesting tendrils. Keep in mind you can do this with alcohol ink, but you're not going to get a crackle from that. It has to be pinata inks if you want a crackle. Okay, and I will just keep adding colours. Now, hopefully you can see in these areas over here where it is starting to dry that you can already see some crackle going on over there. Not sure if you can pick that up on the camera, but I can see it from where I am. That is what you want to be looking for. Okay, and this one's just got a little blockage in it, so I'll move on to the next one. But anyway, you'll just carry on layering your inks. Don't go too far, because then you're just going to end up with a bit of a muddy mess, but it's okay to layer a few colours on top of each other. Just don't go overboard. And another thing, that one just squirted out a little bit, you don't want to use too much at any one time. So this is typically where I would stop. I still want exposed white, but I also like to have the ink layering on top of each other quite a bit. So now you can either leave this for about an hour or two to dry completely, or you can use a hairdryer or the lowest setting on your heat gun to gently dry it. And I'm not sure if you can see this, but as I'm drying it, you will see that the inks will start to crackle even more. So you want to continue drying until basically all of the thickest areas have crackled. Some of the thin areas might not crackle because they don't have enough of a layer of ink, but things like these tendrils, they should crackle. And they should also be dry to the touch. So that might take about a minute or two to completely get dry. Okay. And that's just about done. So now I'm going to pick it up. And now, of course, you could leave it like this with this really nice subtle crackle, but I'm going to run it through a pasta machine to give it a better crackle. But before I do that, you do want to clean the pasta machine. Oh, not pasta machine, your tile, because you can see that there's a bunch of stuff on there. There we are. Now I'm just going to pop this through the pasta machine on my thickest setting. Okay, take it down one setting and roll through again. You can see we're starting to get a nice crackle. I think I'm going to go down one more setting. And I think I'm going to stop just about there. I think that looks quite nice. Okay, and now you want to make sure that it's completely dry before you put it through the pasta machine, because otherwise you'll find that your ink will stick to the pasta machine and will get ripped off. And now it will do that to a small degree even now, but shouldn't do it too much. Okay, then I'm just going to grab a piece of plain printing paper, lay it over the top, and we're going to give it a burnish, and this will stick down any of that vintage ink that is not sticking to the clay. And now vintage ink is not a permanent substance on the polymer clay, so either you need to put a layer of translucent on here, or you need to seal it with something such as varathane, resin or matte varnish once you've finished with your baking your piece. Think something like Renaissance wax, it's not going to keep it permanent. And just baking it onto the polymer clay is not going to keep it permanent either. But it doesn't react with the clay, so you don't have to worry about something like that. You just need to take precautions because the surface effect won't last otherwise. But you can see it creates a really beautiful, sophisticated crackle, and I really love all those tendrils. So this is a fun technique to play around with. And so I hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please let me know in the comments below. And again, please do check out the tutorials that I have already done. I've covered extensively many different variants of crackle, ranging from heat guns to 99% crackle to even just drying out the clay and then using that. So even if you have absolutely none of the tools or the supplies such as the vintage inks, so long as you have polymer clay and plain printing paper, essentially you can create a crackle as well. So be sure to go back and check all of those videos. And if you would like to vote for your favorite video, please do check out my group on Facebook, Jessama Tutorials Polymer Clay Community. I will have a link to that in the description below the video. At the end of the month we will be voting for our favorite crackle so that I can do a tutorial on it. So be sure to check that out. And as always, I'll see you in the next tutorial. Bye for now.